Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's the Life Calling Coach. Thank you for joining me today for your wellness growth reading. And if this is your first time tuning in, I thank you. I welcome you for following, subscribing, and liking. And let's see what God has to say for you today. What is your growth reading for today? Our growth reading for today is the Ace of Fire. Ace of Fire. And the herb associated is mullein. You see that stalk of mullein. What's interesting about this one is that the mullein plant grows tall like so, but the mullein grows tall like so in the picture, but it has a soft fuzzy outside. Isn't that interesting? So I have a few things that I am going to pull from this so that you can get the point, the gist of the meaning of this card. First, let's unpack the card. The Ace of Fire corresponds to wands in a traditional tarot deck. And in the energy associated with fire and wands is creating. Okay, so we're in a creative energy for this reading. Okay, so ignite the flame of creativity. A large meadow glows with the late afternoon sun. Rolling hills reveal a pasture beyond a large hedge. You can see the card while I'm describing it. Okay. A towering mullein plant points toward the sky. You see that? The leaves are fuzzy and soft. Hoverflies, bees, and wasps gather nectar from the small yellow flowers at the tip of the stalk. That means it's a sweet plant. Has something good for the bees to come and get and create, what they do with that pollen, they create life. So what is Spirit asking of you in this energy? Pursue an ancient calling from Spirit. Yes. Take action to magnify your magic. It is closer than you think. It's not far off. It is really closer than you think. All of the readings that I've been getting for myself personally in the last month have been repeating this, that everything you need, everything that you promise is right there within hand grabs. You can just reach out and grab it. So, how do you get it though, right? We're going to get there. What I want you to do, follow the spark that unleashes your creativity. Allow your deepest desires to find expression. Allow your deepest desires to find expression. Your deepest desires, those things that you kept tucked away. I didn't tell anybody, I didn't share this with anybody. If you're a writer like me, then it's all those journals, all those thoughts, all those ideas, all that wisdom. And how do you do this? Seek courage from your ancestors. Your ancestors have gone before you, and they're there in spirit to guide you in this journey. Okay, so how do you craft with mullein? Craft magical mullein oil. Add spicy essential oils like ginger or cinnamon and apply it to creative tools like paintbrushes, pencils, pens, and dancing shoes to ignite creativity. So this is about your creative energy. And when we're living on purpose, we should be pulling from that creative energy that is already there. As I told you last week, I am preparing to re-offer my life calling workshop. Discover Your Life Calling is the name of it. And in that process, it teaches you how to just tap in. It's already in you. You just need to learn how to go inside and discover it. And then once you discover it, it's on from there. You're on your journey then, okay? Okay, so what is our bridge for this week? Our bridge for this week is, you see that? Queen of Swords. The Queen is on her throne. The Queen of Swords. Now, I am going to give you the reading for the Queen of Swords from our Tarot for the Healing Heart. Because you know here at the Life Calling Coach, it's all about healing. Healing those things from within. Those things that you've carried for so many years. A lot of us are walking around with a lot of grief, a lot of loss, and we don't know what to do with that. And you find it coming out in other ways in your relationships with other people. You find yourself walking around angry and disturbed, and if somebody seems to trigger you in some kind of way, you take all of that stuff that you're carrying for someone else or something else and you dump it on somebody else. And sometimes we don't even know we do that. I know I've done it because it's my struggle to heal from the PTSD. I don't know what's going to trigger me. So I have to be able to respond to the triggers on the fly. And sometimes that's not easy. So yeah, sometimes I mess up. But I'm thankful for the healing energies that are guiding me so that I can move forward and I can heal from those things and I can see, accept, and agree. So what does this say? Well, let's see. The Queen of Swords represents healer, okay? The life lesson that you need to be aware of. This is your imbalance or disease, okay? This is the thing that is troubling you and keeping you from going forward in that creativity energy. You understand? That's what this bridge represents this week. Cold and aloof. Unforgiving. Rigidity of viewpoint. That is called, I don't know if you've heard the difference between having a fixed mindset and a growth mindset. Here at the Life Calling Coach, we coach from a growth mindset, meaning that anything is possible. Usually, the mind is set, the brain is set by age 25. And it's not that you can't make changes. You can, it's just harder to rewire those things after that age of maturity. So that's why it's important to have a growth mindset and understand that all things are possible. Because when you believe all things are possible, then change will come. Ultra critical. Failing to balance emotional and rational thought. Now, I don't know if you've seen that displayed in people where the irrational thoughts take over the rational thoughts because of the emotions. The negative emotions feed the irrational thoughts. Okay, so what's the life wisdom? This is your balanced energy, and this is how you heal. The one who lives, loves, and loses. The one who lives, loves, and loses. And who is that? That's all of us. I have lived, I have loved, and I have lost. I have lost a child, my first child, at the age of 23. I have lost loves. I lost my marriage. I have lost another person who I loved, several people I've loved dearly, friends. And those things kind of carry with you, especially when they're good people. You may look around and it's like, wow, this was a good person to me, and then that energy is gone. And unfortunately, sometimes we don't even recognize it until it's gone. So I challenge you to look at this life wisdom, the one who lives, loves, and loses. and lives to love again. Because even though I've lost those things I've told you I've lost, I have loved again, and I have been loved well. I have loved as a mother again, even with that major loss. And sometimes when you're in that moment, you think, oh my God, it's the end. I'm never going to have this again. But God said, as long as you keep that growth mindset, anything is possible. You have a spiritual death caused by prolonged struggle. The struggle was not in vain, because all of the things that I have survived and gone through have made me the life calling coach, has strengthened me spiritually so that I can do this, so that I can not only bring healing to self, but healing to others as well. You need to be tolerant and easygoing with yourself. Give yourself a break. Now, what are some actions that you can take to support this healing process in this bridge, in this Queen of Swords? You may need to see a grief counselor or a healer specializing in sorrow and loss. You would be surprised how grief can keep you stuck. It can keep you stuck. Take a time out from painful emotions in favor of introspection. Just spend some time with yourself and your grief and the pain for a minute. Not to sit there and beat yourself up, but just to look at it. What can I learn from this? How can I grow from this? I definitely suggest that you keep a journal, because keeping a journal will appeal to the queen of the written word. So yes, the Queen of Swords is the queen of the written word, okay? You got to get your pen out and start writing. Stop providing the lip service. Stop fussing with people because they're not hearing you. You need to process that grief and loss in another way, in a way that will not hurt others. Because remember, hurt people hurt people. Writing of any type will help you understand the way of your mind. You are literally taking a journey into yourself and taking your pain upon yourself. You are literally taking control of your pain by getting out this journal. And I'm going to purposely redirect this pain on this paper and not direct it to someone else or myself. Okay? Because self-anger or anger internalized is depression. Look deeply at your physical symptoms. Look deeply at what's going on with your body. Your body will tell you when your mind needs rest, because you'll see things manifest in your body when you're not healthy in your mind. Mine comes from headaches, my blood pressure will get high, and my stomach. These thoughts are an expression of negative thought patterns and worn out beliefs that are making you ill. That faulty narrative. To share with you what I learned about my faulty narrative over the weekend. Because Sunday, I received a word from the Lord that set me free. It set me free from the faulty narrative. The narrative that I am not enough. I am more than enough. I am not perfect, but I am more than enough. And I have had relationships. Now, people haven't drugged me into anything. I made choices in certain relationships. And there was one relationship I had early on where I allowed myself to be in a position that was not favorable for me. And because I was in that position, it started to make me believe that I was not enough for that person because they never chose me. And at some point, I internalized that. I believed that. So for every relationship I went in, from that point forward, I believed I was not enough. But God has shown me over the years and confirmed for me on Sunday that, Athena, you are more than enough. So I have something for you this week. I have an activity for you this week. I'm going to give you some journal prompts. This is how you're going to jumpstart your healing in this area, to identify the things, that negative thought pattern that is making you ill. What intellectual abilities do I need to nurture? What intellectual abilities do I need to nurture? Journal prompt number 2. What has my sorrow taught me? Now, if you haven't learned anything from your sorrow, then you haven't sat with it. You haven't really looked at what's been presented to you and what you've been presenting to others, if you haven't learned anything. And lastly, the third journal prompt. How can my life experience be of benefit to others? I'm giving you a prime example right now. I take my life experience and I am giving it to you for benefit of you, for you to learn how to heal the way God has taught me how to heal self. And I have taken a book that I have written, which is my story, and turned it into a series called What Are You Rooted In? That's how my life experience is a benefit to others. And I guarantee you there's something in you as well that God wants you to use. Take that loss and that sorrow, put it into some music, put it into some creativity, into some painting, into some drawing, into some coloring, into some dance. Take that and make it creative to bring life. Okay? Okay, so that's our bridge for this week. That's our bridge. That's our bridge. So I promised you every week I'm going to give you a love card. Okay. And this week the love card is humility. Humility. This card has a picture of the earth surrounded like in a galaxy. You can see other planets, the birds, the dolphins, the moon, all the elements of nature, of life surrounding the earth. Humility. So this image celebrates the galactic citizenship and our honored place in the universe. We have an honored place in the universe. God created us in His own image. It calls us to recognize that we are full-fledged citizens of this magnificent cosmos. Be silent. Go within. That introspection. This is the same thing I just said to you, that introspection. Hold yourself in total gratitude for everything that you are, even the bad things. Why? Because those things are meant to teach you something. They're meant to bring you into a higher level. But you got to get over the pain to get there. But if you, every time you get to the point where you face that pain, you turn around and go back, you got to start all over again. You are stunning your own progress. You were brought into being by the divine creator God and were given a part in this grand unfolding universe. You have a purpose. But you can't walk in that purpose because you're walking in fear and you're walking in that pain. Every time God gets you right there, you're like, I'm going back there. That's where I know. But you are very special. You are very special. And I want you to be, you understand, be, not try. I want you to be gratitude, joy, and appreciation. Because that's what God is. Gratitude, joy, and appreciation. And when you give those things to yourself first, boy, you will be able to give out of your abundance to others. Okay? So what's your special message today for humility? You are being inspired to honor yourself. You are being inspired to honor yourself. Honor yourself first. You cannot ask people to treat you a way that you will not treat yourself. You have to have self-respect. You have to not allow people to take you into places you know are not good for you. Have self-respect. Honor yourself first. Sometimes the high demands and expectations that we have of ourselves leave us feeling less than. Give yourself a break. You're not perfect. You're going to make mistakes, but you're going to learn from your mistakes. And the next time that you face that same challenge, you're going to conquer it. I want you to do this every day. Give yourself a little hug. First thing in the morning. Mary J. Blige has a new song out called Good Morning Gorgeous. And it is so appropriate for the season. Because if nobody else will hug you and love you, hug yourself. Love yourself. Give yourself a little gratitude. And I want you to hug yourself every day. In the morning when you get up and look in the mirror, just say, good morning, gorgeous. Good morning, handsome. And give yourself a big old hug. Say, I love you. Okay, so that's your love card. Your love call is all about humility, humbleness, being humble enough to love self, humble enough to have self-respect. When you have self-respect and you walk in a manner that is pleasing to you, you teach others how to treat you. So it's time for our growth solution. Our growth solution. What is our growth solution? You know, it's always about the light. It's always about the light. Manifestation of light. I see the beauty in me. I see the beauty in me. It doesn't matter if no one else sees that beauty. I see it. I know it's there. I can proudly walk in it. I can hold my head up and walk in it. I am beauty. I grow and develop my inner self in harmony with light and beauty. When you're beautiful on the inside, oh my God, it just comes out of you. When you're ugly on the inside, it comes out of you. I have met some ugly people, and not from their facial, not from their physical, just ugly on the inside, and it makes them an ugly person. I free myself from negativity. My heart transforms. I free myself from negativity today. I was free from negativity on Sunday through that sermon from T.D. Jakes. My intellect shines. You're a very intellectual person. You're not crazy, even though you may have some people trying to call you crazy. People looking at you like, I don't understand you. But just don't let them understand you. As long as you understand you. I have crazy faith right now. And after my life was attacked and it wasn't successful, I have faith that I know I'm not going anywhere. None of those things are going to prosper against me until God says it's time for Athena to come home. You can try, you can come after me, but nothing shall come nigh my dwelling. Guess what? My inner light grows. my inner light grows. When you do all these steps, that's the end result. Your inner light grows. And that is the whole point. Growth. And if you're not growing, you're stuck. And if you're stuck, you're not living on purpose. And you will not get the fulfillment of all of the promises that God has for you. The peace, the prosperity, the money, the love. So this is the Life Calling Coach. And I encourage you to live on purpose and not by accident. And I thank you for watching. And I encourage you to follow me, like, subscribe, and share. All of the growth readings are shared first on my YouTube channel, The Life Calling Coach. Snippets of it will be shared on social media. You can find me on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and on Twitter, I'm Calling Coach. Also, I encourage you to visit my website because I have new stuff out there. I always have new things for you. I have new things for you. I have opened up the registration for the Discover Your Life Calling Workshop. And I am going to offer one live workshop this year in May. So 25 people get an opportunity to come on board and get one-on-one in a group setting with Coach Athena to discover your life calling. I'm also offering the course in a self-paced study where you would not have access to me, but you will have me on video, and you'll be able to do the entire course on your own. So I encourage you to visit my website, TheLifeCallingCoach.com, and to also visit my page on Eventbrite, which will have all of my events posted. You can register right through Eventbrite. Registration for the live workshop will open March 31st. So I encourage you to keep looking, keep following, and keep watching. This is Life Calling Coach. Live on purpose, not by accident.